course. That's the whole point. It's that little pre-show show that everybody's so excited about.
Behind the scenes.
That's the
behind the scenes.
Right. You don't know what's going on.
You have no idea how hard it is to do this.
Bullshit.
Nice.
Right.
Official
We're live.
countdown.
The production value is unbelievable.
It's amazing what we can do when we tape together a crackjack box.
Absolutely. Exactly.
I see it.
Our music doesn't even match up with the.
I know, it's all
on
just,
right now.
whatever.
Does it? I just changed it for the show just like a minute ago. Isn't that great?
So, Crystal, did you just pull over and you're just doing it in your car? I see. All right.
Yeah, there's a storm. There's a storm.
Oh,
I don't have
I
any
see.
power at my house.
No,
Is that okay with you, Brett?
That's
You can-
that is
commitment.
fine. I like that. Is commitment right there.
Yeah, that is commitment.
She's committed.
I think you should do a little Dukes of Hazzard
actually
thing going on. Yeah, I know, right?
Driving. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
pull
Got-
over. I'm
got-
driving.
You got your selfie stick out, just driving down the road. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, everybody? Yo.
Exactly. Hey, so
Right.
tonight we've got who we're talking about right now. My daughter Crystal from the big island of Hawaii,
Hawaii. Oh, aloha.
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 where she is in the car because hurricane
No
is
name.
no name hurricane came near the island and it blew out all the power and she's got lightning dropping down around her, but she's dedicated and
Yeah.
she's sitting out there in the car for the
Actually,
show.
I would like to point out that there has never been a hurricane that's ever hit Hawaii.
I was there one time.
No, it might have been a typhoon, but it was not a hurricane.
Now you're so wrong. All right, let's introduce who's so wrong because typhoons don't hit in the. Well, never mind.
Typhoons are.
Never mind. I almost said something ridiculous. This is Brett, who joins us from
Hi.
Salem, Oregon,
The capital and the armpit.
the armpit.
So there
And
you go.
Yes.
tonight, Anthony. How do I say your last name?
Alcazar.
Calazar.
No, Alcazar.
Alcazar. I was going to say that, except I was reading something back. I've got my thing over here turned backwards, so it was kind of like Alka-Seltzer.
No worries. Hey, growing up, I had to make sure that I pronounce it correctly because if not, that's how they made fun of me.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I was going to
awesome.
do one of my silly little pranks tonight because Anthony's coming to us from Los Angeles, and I was going to pull a little Donald Trump joke and have him pull up a fake picture and go, yeah, hiding somewhere in a warehouse down in Los Angeles, we have him so that he can't be seen, and Donald Trump can't come and send him back. Yeah, but I didn't do that. And then we have his partner in crime and co-founder of Candor, Paul. Paul, how do we say your last name?
Yeah, I was going to put you on the spot and ask you how did you pronounce it?
It's pronounced
Buzzark. No.
Buzzark.
Buzzark.
It's actually Paul Brzyk. It's a Polish
Brzyk.
last name.
Brizik. Brizik. I like it.
Brzyk.
Sink the Brizik.
It's breezing,
Brzyk.
baby. It's all breezing. And
By
joining
the
us,
way, just in case you're wondering, you pronounce my name Brett. And
Brett.
you just want to make sure everybody. Talk about growing up with a first name that people made fun of, because think of all the things that you can use Brett for. All right.
and Amy from Massachusetts will be joining us soon. She is fighting a Windows 10. He's fighting a Windows 10
fighting-
issue right now.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
something-
fighting a hurricane. She's fighting a Windows 10 issue.
You know what? I'm guessing Windows 10 is the worst fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's losing right now.
Yeah.
And what we're here to talk about tonight is what's right here in the middle of the screen is Candor. Now, is the website is it candor.com or candorapp.com?
It's candorapp.com.
Okay, so we won't show that one right now.
So anyway,
All right.
we just sent our tens and tens of fans
Yes.
just
We
linked
just
to the
sent
wrong.
4 people
To the wrong
link.
website.
Right.
Eventually we'll buy candor.com. But for
Yeah.
now, Candor app is all that was available.
So you were saying again candorapp.com is what it is?
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I gotta tell you, I like
How
that better.
fast
I gotta
is
like that
this
better.
book?
I gotta like that. I like that better.
See that? Amy, how are you?
Guys,
Hi.
hi,
Talk
guys.
about it.
Hey, Amy.
What? Did you drop your laptop in your chowder?
I gotta tell you, Windows 10, it absolutely blows. I hate it, hate it, hate it. It uninstalled Chrome on me from
Of
my
course.
reboot.
Of course
Oh,
it.
wow. Holy
Yeah,
mackerel.
I
That's what
want
I've
to
been
point out,
doing for the past 20 minutes is downloading it and trying
Now,
to
you
get back
bought-
online.
I actually have it. You can maybe see it in the background, the small screen below me. That's a laptop I bought back in like 2004 or 5. It's ancient, and
Okay.
I've kept it down. I put Windows 8 on it, and I just upgraded to Windows 10 on it just to see if it works. This thing runs better on Windows 10 than I think it did on XP, which is what it came with. So I'm having no trouble with Windows 10.
I hate
Cool.
it so far.
Hey,
Hi,
so Amy,
Hey,
we have right here
hi, Anthony.
Anthony.
Hey, Amy. Amy,
Not-
I gotta
Not
tell you.
Alka-Seltzer, it's
And Paul,
Calzar.
Alcazar. Amy, I got to tell you, I'm very happy to see you. I saw your show last week. It was very good, or 2 weeks ago. Very good. So I'm
Thank
glad that
you.
you're on the show. I was disappointed. I was like, where is she?
Yeah, she's going to be on there.
Yeah, I only open up this my HP when I'm doing the show.
The only,
Yeah,
the only time the show gets better is when I have a problem and I can't make it, and that's when the show really improves.
yeah.
So.
And
Don't let him fool you.
Amy, we also have Paul. He's
Hi,
sitting
Paul.
in San Francisco right now.
How are you?
Hi, Amy.
California's in the house.
Yeah.
We got California representing.
Cali.
Where are
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Anthony?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
My hometown, and then
You
we
know,
got
and actually, Anthony, because I was telling Paul earlier that I've got kind of a headphone fetish. I really dig those.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I was
They're-
going to ask. I
They're
mean,
dialed.
well, I was going to ask if they sell men's where you bought those, because I
Are those beats? We're not
coming
beats,
out,
are
he's
they?
coming out swinging today.
Okay, so far Jim has made a joke about deporting you, and now he's making fun of your manhood.
I know that's true. That's true.
and I can do that because we have a little secret side deal that nobody should ever know about. But he's actually kind of my boss in a certain way. But we were not even going to go there.
All right.
Right?
Oh,
Is that,
boy.
I don't
is
know.
that true?
Hey, just say, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Good man.
Yeah. So
then I gotta-
who wants to start first? Let's go to who wants to start first on how did Candor tell us first of all, describe a little bit about Candor,
What is it? What is it?
and then tell us how it started.
Paul, can
Loading.
go ahead and just. I'll tell you how the idea of Candor came about. I was with my girlfriend, and she comes out and, of course, asks me the question that every man hates. What dress should I wear tonight? What dress should I wear? Should I wear this black one? Should I wear this purple one? And I'm like, I was scared. I was like, I know it can't go right here, but I'm going to say it anyways. I told her, you know what? I like the cleavage of the black dress shows, so I think you should wear that one. And almost immediately, her reaction was, I can't believe you like that dress over this one. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know about fashion. This is what's in right now. And I thought to myself, damn, I wish there was a way to give an honest opinion without the fear of backlash. You know, and that's how I, developed Candor, the concept for Candor, right? And so Paul's my frat buddy from UCLA. So through the graces of God, I go to a food show, right, Jim? I go to a food show in San Francisco, and I ended up seeing Paul after years. We were always in touch, but I saw him about 5 or 6 years later after college. And I told him, hey, man, I have an idea for an app. And it just so happened he was an app developer. And it just, boom, came together.
Oh, like you
Awesome.
didn't know.
I didn't know.
You're like, I have an idea.
I just happened to bump into him. I didn't know what his major was in school.
You develop apps?
I didn't
That's
stalk
so
him or
weird.
anything.
No, it was a mutual thing. We hadn't seen each other in several years. After I graduated electrical engineering, I've been all mobile software since like '07. Always wanted to do my own project and was looking for the right idea. And so finally, when we synced up with Anthony, just kind of made sense. We have like a long history, good friends, and we decided to go for it. Why not?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Very
Something-
cool.
One
All
thing
right.
I need to keep in mind is that both of our guests tonight are far smarter than I am, and really be careful.
Well, we've got so out of everybody, Anthony, you have an iPhone,
Yes, I have an iPhone.
and Paul has an iPhone.
I have an
And
iPhone.
Crystal has an iPhone. Brett has an iPhone, and Amy has an
Right
iPhone.
now.
Nice.
So
Jim,
I'm
you don't
sitting
have
there
an iPhone?
asking Anthony one time, dude, I don't get it. I said, why don't you put it on Android or something phone that everybody has?
Jim, you gotta pony up and get the iPhone, man.
Hell yeah!
Yes,
And
Hell yeah!
and my wife has an iPhone. She's got iPhone 6.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
So I'm telling Anthony though, dude, I said, you guys are missing the boat, man. Why don't you put it on an app that on a phone everybody has? Well, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm the only one.
He did.
But there's
Yeah, he did. He did. They did do it right.
I know.
They nailed the right
That's
market.
why I'm still selling dead chickens in a box to pay my rent.
Exactly.
What
Hey,
the
by
hell
the
do
way,
I know?
Yep.
Jim,
Always
it's just it's another example of know your demographic. Know
Yeah.
your demographic.
Yep.
So
There
how
you
did
go.
okay? So you guys got this. You got the idea, and then Paul knows how to take the idea and actually put it into some sort of a format. What happened? Like I know I heard something about Quincy Jones. I heard something about somebody in England and all this stuff. Like who's all?
Right.
How does all this come out?
So Jim, believe it or not, this whole company happened with coincidences. I knew Paul was an engineer, but I didn't know he was a mobile engineer. He liked the idea and actually ended up doing it. And so this is another coincidence. So I was stressed out because I was trying to link up with a celebrity because I know that this app, what it's meant for is for a celebrity to ask his fans as well. For example, what shirt should I wear to the Grammys? What shirt should I wear to the Emmys, the Oscars, right? And being in LA, I kept getting to run around, and also got to close a deal with a couple guys, a couple girls, and nothing actually ended up solidifying. So I ended up taking a last-second trip to Vegas, where dreams come true.
Love
And
Vegas.
so I
You're
go
a
to
big fight fan, right?
a big fight fan. So I go to the weekend and I'm getting hammered, drinking my sorrows away, having a great time. And what ends up happening is I end up running into a friend of mine after 17 years on the Las Vegas Strip. And I end up seeing him at a coincidence, and I see him and like, hey, how you been, Ollie? Blah blah blah. We end up going to a bar together, start drinking. And we're talking, and I tell him about an app, and I had forgotten that his mom had a child with Quincy Jones. So his sister is Quincy Jones's youngest daughter.
Cool.
So I tell him about the app and see if he's interested in joining our team. He does. He tells his sister about it, right? And in Kenya, she's a model, and of course, in that entertainment industry. She loved the idea, so she's like, I'm in. I want to do this. And then out of nowhere, when we were presenting to close a deal with Kenya, the VP of Quincy Jones's company, Adam Fell, was like, we love this idea. Quincy might join himself, and he did. So he ended up becoming our one of our partners, I would say.
That's very cool.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
cool.
And by the way,
Yeah.
you take the advice I give everybody. Always get a stripper involved. Anyway. Oh, come on. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm completely kidding.
No, I know why Paul got involved, because Paul probably had the same problem as Anthony with getting in trouble telling his girlfriend what looks better.
the less you say, the better.
Right.
No,
Do that.
dead solid, perfect on that. And the thing is that it doesn't really matter what you would have answered in that particular instance you gave earlier. It would have been wrong. So
Right.
You can't use
That's
the
really
word.
what.
It's
You
always
can't
wrong.
use the word
We don't-
fine.
Yeah.
We
I think
don't
the right
ask
answer.
because we actually want your opinion, because we don't really want your opinion. We just want you to say they both look
Yeah.
great, Oh,
You look
either one.
fabulous, darling, in either one.
Honestly, though, I think from a woman's perspective, when they ask that question, what it is they're really trying to poke you with something, a sharp object, and so you'll give an answer, and then they automatically go the other direction. But all they were asking the question for in the first place was they wanted to pick a fight with you so they could just solidify their own point, and it doesn't really
Do you
matter.
think you're qualified? Do you think you're qualified to give a woman's point of view?
Oh, I
Right?
guess if I put on a wig and a
Right.
lipstick these days, I might be. I don't know.
Through that.
No, I'll tell you about that. Okay, so when Crystal was growing up, we used to own a retail clothing store, and sitting up at the counter would be, you know, your last minute little items, the add-on items, and there would be a thing of necklaces and earrings and stuff like that. And I cannot tell you the amount of times that the girl, she's picked out her shirt, she's got her jeans and stuff like that. I cannot tell you the amount of times that she turns and she'll hold up 2 necklaces and say, "Which one, honey?"
Oh God.
And it looks like a deer in headlights. The guy is like,
Yeah.
Like,
they're-
bow.
yeah. And so then the guy literally goes, well, they both look the same, kind of. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you watch it happen. You just watch the car go right off the road.
That's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
No, well,
So back then, I was actually thinking about starting this phone app, and then so if I wrote it down on a napkin somewhere and it was my idea, and I had somebody like Crystal, let's say Crystal
Sure.
saw that idea, right?
Right.
Are we now infringing and we want
oh, I see how it is. No, no.
Possibly.
Hey, guys, tread lightly because Jim is setting up the lawsuit. Careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
Careful.
All right, so let's move.
By the way,
let's
Jim's
move
app was
deeper.
called. Your app was called Pander. So
Yeah. So let's move
Very
deeper into this. Now I heard Anthony, you told the story one time about you weren't ready for the meeting and you almost canceled it. And someone says, so how did that go? I mean, did you guys both go to the meeting? How did all this happen?
Well, me being in LA and Paul being, I think he was in San Francisco at the time or Texas, I forget. Couldn't go to the meeting, so it was a last second thing. We weren't ready for we didn't have a prototype. We had a demo, but not like a functioning prototype. And there was a slot open, so it was either do we take the slot or we wait and but if I wait, I might never get that chance. So I talked to Paul and me and
Tough
Paul.
call.
Yeah, so Paul was just like, just go do it. So I went and just pitched them, and they ended up loving it. So it was slam dunk.
I'm actually posting right now on Candor.
Top
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Wow. Hey, there's.
Gotta do it right now.
Wait a minute. Did somebody
I
suck
want
me into it?
I want to see if anyone's swiping left or right. I want to see.
Did somebody suck me into an infomercial that nobody
That's
told me?
mine.
So
Mine.
here's Crystal's page right here.
Oh,
And
nice.
so
Those are my
let me
active posts.
move that over to the side real quick.
Tell
and
us
see.
how it works with the active posts, and then they expire in 24
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
How's that
so there's a lot of features. So this was our initial V1 product. We only launched iPhone, as Jim was mentioning, but not to worry, Jim. We're actually building a simple Android app right now. So we're gonna.
The simpleness because of the Android user. We get it.
For the older folks.
Right.
Whatever. Go on. I want to hear Paul. Go on. Whatever.
We stripped out all the complex functionality, kept it very simple.
All the things that make it good.
Whatever.
No,
Whatever.
I'm kidding. So with our initial V1, we actually had a lot of features in here, and we launched earlier this year. Anthony and I, we basically talk like every day, trying to improve the app, seeing what's good, what's not working. We kind of realized this version has it's a little bit too complicated, so our next release is coming up in the next month or so, and one of the really big focuses has been to simplify Candor, make it really easy what we're doing. With that being said, this is our V1 product. This is Crystal's profile, so here we can see some stats, like she's voted 137 times, she's posted 33 times, 18 followers, 123 following. And then when you post, every post stays active for a maximum of 24 hours. So all the content is really relevant. And what it means is when you have an active post, that's when people can actually vote on it. And we have option to either upload 1 or 2 pictures. So in the case of a single picture, you're either liking it or not liking it, similar to Tinder. But in the case of a 2-picture, we have this unique function where you're actually choosing between the left and right picture. And people can vote on it only while it's active. So in Crystal's case, we have 2 active posts and 31 expired posts. Now you can see like some of these pictures, like the bottom 2 have little hearts in the top left corner. You earn a heart if at least 50% of the people liked it. So in that case, if you have at least 50%, you earn a heart, and we have different shades of hearts.
Where's the
depending
heart?
on
The blue heart?
Yeah, with the check mark in it.
Okay.
In the top left corner on the third and fourth pictures on that screen.
Got it.
It might be kind of small.
Yeah, I got it.
And you can see the top two pictures. They don't have the hearts. They didn't. They had less than 50% of the voters vote yes on it for whatever reason. So that's one of the features that kind of incentivizes you to post good content because obviously it's nicer to get hearts on your pictures than not, right?
Right.
So.
And Crystal, how long have you had your page active?
Well, I actually last week, when my dad told me about you guys being on the show, is when I went on to go check it out and see what it was and stuff. So I joined about, I guess it was last week Wednesday, I think. And so far I've actually been using it to promote my business because I sell these wraps. So that's why to me it's awesome.
Yeah, none of that is Crystal.
Yes, no.
No, so Crystal,
but I'm using that.
Crystal, explain to Paul and Anthony what it is that you're doing with the app, because this might help Paul through his design when he's doing updates and whatnot to know how somebody is trying to use it for their business, because that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So for me, I'm doing like a variety of posts, like positive posts, positive motivational things, and then before and after pictures of people who have used my wraps, my products that I sell. So for me, the thing that I want to learn how to do on your app or use it for is to try and find as many people to follow me back like as possible and fast. You know what I mean? Like how does one person go on there and try to, because I want people all over, not people from Hawaii, people from all over the world,
So Crystal, explain to them how you do your business with Instagram and see how that might relate into how you could use Candor better for yours. And this might help Paul in the development process.
Yeah, well, I kind of in the same way that I just kind of started to use this, but I'm new to this, so I'm still kind of learning it. But on Instagram, what I do is I just go, I search people by hashtag. Is this the same way I search on here for people? Through like a hashtag?
We have a search for either users and hashtags, so we have both of those functions as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like for me, I search people that hashtag things like fitness goals or my workout or mommy and baby time, because I think moms who just had babies want to lose weight and stuff like that. So for Instagram, I use it in that sense where I just search for people like that, and then they start following me, they start contacting me. So one question I would have is for this, is there and maybe I just haven't got to it yet because I'm so new to it. Is there an instant message feature, like a direct message feature?
So that's awesome.
To contact me?
No, that's great that you mentioned that, because that's one of the features that we've been highly requested, including our celebrity partner in the UK, James Bourne, who's part of a boy band called McBusted. They're really big. They're big globally in the US, not as much, but they're a big global band. He was really interested in the direct message feature, similar to what Instagram has. So as I mentioned, we're doing a major update for the iPhone within about a month, and that's actually one of the major features of this next update is the ability to direct message individual users.
Awesome.
And I think that's we're really excited about this feature because there's not all the questions you want the entire world or the entire public's opinions. A lot of things might be more discreet, might be only to your significant other, to your friend. You may only care about one person's opinion as opposed to 10,000.
Right.
So
and I think a lot of people I find direct message me because they don't want anybody else to see that they're interested or want to, start rapping because they need to lose weight or whatever. So it's a private thing,
Yeah, private, and it's also we're really excited because this is a new way to engage in conversation. So meeting online is still maybe kind of awkward and whatever, but this is a new way which you can initiate conversation with somebody. But before the conversation initiates, they have to vote on your two pictures, so that you're first asking them a question with two pictures. Then you can initiate a conversation, and it's kind of a very natural flow of conversation. Like it's almost as though you meet somebody in person. Like which I think you guys were saying which necklace is nicer, right?
Yeah.
Like you see that kind of thing all the time in real life. So we kind of want to take that natural flow into the application.
Awesome.
It's easier to break the ice when it's not so direct like Instagram or Twitter. When you send a direct message, usually people have their guard up. Usually it's, a guy approaching a girl like, "Hey, you're so beautiful," like da 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 da. I've seen it all. So what we're trying to do is have like an icebreaker where you don't have to go ahead and say that. You can send 2 pictures like, "Hey, I see that you're into fashion. Wanted your opinion. What shirt looks better on me?" And it takes you half a second to click on one. You're done, and then you can start a dialogue with the person. Maybe if you're interested in the other person's fashion or opinion, you can message them back.
Right. Cool.
That's cool. That's a cool picture.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think that would be
Actually,
like,
you know what? We might need to rename the app Guy Saver or possibly Relationship Saver. I'm just thinking of other clever names that we might want to call the app because.
Can you tell Brad going through a crisis in his personal life right now?
Yeah, exactly. Now,
I
I wanted to ask the question: how do I find more porn on your app? Is that a feature? Can I?
not allowed.
Is that available?
That's
very single over here, and I don't.
No.
We're
'Cause I
constantly monitoring.
used a word in my thing.
You what?
Yeah.
So one note is on Candor. So this app was built with the idea that we're targeting the 16 to 25 age group. So we have a lot of kids on it. So we're constantly monitoring, and we actually we've had porn. I'd say we've had probably about 50 posts.
Incidental porn.
Full blown porn, like full blown. No doubt about it.
You know what's funny about this? Jim? Because whenever there's a female like breast or something like that, I say, "Hey, Paul, you have a a little bit of pornography on it, breast." So he'll take his 5-10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to take down. Right?
Take his time.
But whenever I tell him,
deciding if it needs to come off or not.
Yeah.
Is that hard or is that mommy breastfeeding? Let me just check.
Yeah.
Right?
But whenever I tell him
he always gets back to you after about 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah.
It's only in the best interest of Candor.
Deleted.
It's for my love of Candor.
Yeah.
We wouldn't make anything differently of you.
However, though, whenever I tell him, "Hey, Paul, there's a penis picture on there," it's gone within like half a second.
Wait a minute. Now, I'm not saying anything, but he does live in San Francisco. Are you sure?
Oh!
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, what did I say? What did I say earlier? Know your demographic. I'm just
kidding.
Of course.
Obviously, James
by the
knows
way,
them well enough to be able to.
Although I'm getting good ideas for a second app as we're speaking.
We're good for something.
Yeah. That's funny.
So,
I want to talk more about Candor, but I also do want to steer just to a funny story real quick because being down in L.A. and Crystal used to work as a club bartender, and so she would call or something, and she would mention that so-and-so was at a club, right? And I'm like, really? Yeah, what about, who else was there? She goes, Dad, I don't know, shit. She goes, I see these people all the time. They're like friends. What do you want to know? So she's, Jared Leto is my man crush. He would come in all the time and sit, and I'm like, really? You were talking to Jared Leto? She says, yeah, no big deal. Or, whatever. And so Anthony gets to, runs in these circles too. And he was telling a story the other night. He says, hey, he said, I saw your post about Come Out of Compton, or what's the name of the movie? I saw it, and I don't remember.
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton. And I loved the movie, but he's like, I was a little shocked. He goes, because I actually partied with Suge Knight. He was a really nice guy. And so when I looked him up, I Googled him, and I found out the guy was really not that nice. So do you care to tell a little bit about the story?
Yeah.
You have to tell about it, right?
Yeah. No, Crystal, by the way, I was a bartender as well. Part of college and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But so one night when I was like I would say it was 20, about 10 years ago. So I was about 21, 22. I'm partying in Westwood at Habibi's. It's like this hookah place that has drinks and whatnot. And my friend knows the owner, so we go to the upstairs to the VIP with a bunch of us, meet him and maybe 4 or 5 girls, and we're partying, we're having a good time. And then in walks, of course, this ominous figure, right? Look up to him. It's Suge Knight. And he comes in with another music producer and one of his buddies. And they come in, and, we're a little intimidated at first. Like, oh, maybe, they're not going to want us here or whatnot. Yeah. But to be honest with you, he joined our party, like in, a lot of the girls want to take pictures with him, and then we just ended up partying together. And he was like one of the coolest guys I personally have ever hung out with. Not threatening at all. Super funny, telling jokes. Went to an after party together. It was like one of the greatest nights of my life. And then shortly after, when I Googled Suge Knight.
No. Stop. So you almost got killed that night. You're missing the whole point. Now, we're not going to tell everything that you had to do in order to stay alive, but let's back up here and tell a little more.
well,
you missed some details?
Yeah,
I missed a couple of details trying to be politically correct, but I'll touch the subject.
No.
So we're hanging out, and one of Suge Knight's guys thought we were maybe
cops,
undercover cops,
because
right?
they didn't want to partake in what Suge Knight was friends with partaking in.
Yeah, we weren't partaking in some of their activities, and so they were like, these guys might what if they're undercover, So they started kind of, freaking out for a second. So we were like, we're gonna have to partake in everything they're doing, so that And so 12 hours later, we're partying at
now we're talking
Beverly Hills hotel room. It was fun. One of the best nights of my life, but so I'm shocked to see how people portray this guy as a monster.
By the way, I want to point this out. It would have been rude for you to say no. It would have been rude, and that's where you need to walk away from this. You know what? You didn't do anything wrong. You were a gracious guest. You were a gracious guest, and
And didn't you say there was something like 15 girls to? I mean, everybody was just.
Yeah, it was maybe. Yeah, I would say it was about 10 girls and about 5 or 6 guys. So the ratio was pretty good. It was very fun.
I've never been to one of those parties, Dad. Never.
You think so? Oh, wow. The fact that she said it. Hey, listen, let me talk to your dad for just a second. I've totally been to those. Anyway.
Well, matter of fact,
if I don't get a call from the guys over here next time that happens.
No, Crystal is.
I'll fly down to L.A. I got family down here.
Crystal's bartending, and she's getting ready to move home, and one of her good friends, young kid, same age as her, and him and I drive down there. We're going to pack her up and go. So she's working at one of these clubs that not anybody can get in. Red velvet, red ropes and shit. So you don't get in. And if you want to drink, it's all those clubs down there. If you want to drink, you go up to the bartender. If you actually want a server, it's bottle service. So she got us a sofa, and we're sitting down and
a sofa.
Well, sofa. We're sitting at our own table. Yeah.
He got the plastic table and the fold out chairs in the back room.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Don't bother me.
Let me guess. They're like, you want some vodka, sir? He's like, I want a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
No, so what happens is these 2 black girls come up, and they got like their dresses are like all the way up to the top of their thigh, and they're painted on, right? And they're what would you say, Crystal? They're L.A. something.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Semi-expensive? Would you say semi-expensive?
I don't know. So we've never forgot. No, I'm just kidding.
This club was on Hollywood and Vine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hollywood and Vine. What club was it?
That would be very expensive.
Do you remember Holly's?
Yeah, I remember Holly's.
You do?
Yeah.
That's where.
It's next to Continental, right?
No, National, I think.
National. They had ghosts in the back of there. Crystal would be in the back changing. There was real life ghosts in there.
But lots of places do in LA.
Yeah. So anyway, so
That's
these two
live.
black girls coming up, and we were getting them drinks and stuff, right? And so they're talking to us, and here I'm like,
Jim. So you're trying to pick up on these girls?
well, no, we were being friendly.
Tell the story correctly. What's going on
there
here?
you go.
How do you go from like these two girls that pass by?
No,
and all of a sudden I'm trying to get them drinks.
No. For a Crystal's friend, I'm happily married, was happily married, still am, the whole thing. But we were having fun with this, right?
Well,
Down
now
in
it's,
LA.
now it was. After this story, it's was.
And I'm
after.
like, I don't know how old I am. I'm like 40, 45 years old, and I'm starting to like have this older man problem where I got to go to the bathroom like every 5 minutes. Every
and there's
5
a line,
minutes.
of course.
Yeah.
You know?
And so all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, this is embarrassing. I'm getting up to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. So then all of a sudden I go like this. I said to her friend Isaac, that got the hat turned and shit like this and going in. And so I come out of the bathroom. I go, watch. I come out of the bathroom. I go, and I'm walking on back. And so I decided, do I want to look like a cokehead or an old man with a pee problem? I'll take the cokehead. So every 5 minutes I'm coming back going, I was embarrassed, man. But what are you going to do? So when you run this...
I thought you were going to say that.
So was I.
That's how
So
actually
was I.
Madison started.
Yeah, no, when you're on the spot, you got to impose.
By the way,
So,
it's just allergies, baby. Just allergies.
yeah.
Oh man, this
So
time
let's-
of year,
let's
you know, this
hear
time
more
of year,
about-
it's
Let's hear
December.
more about Candor and where it's going, and what you guys like hopes and dreams are with this.
Well, I was just going to say, one thing I had mentioned to Jim and Crystal, I thought that Candor would also be great for like shows like ours, for like a blast, an advertising blast, you know, because it doesn't last forever and you don't have to keep going back. But, you know, people who, you know, we want people to, you know, we want to grow the show, we want people to watch the show. It's only a 24-hour thing, so we could advertise kind of like what Crystal's doing with her business. But for the show, so people could actually advertise their own things, you know, their events and things like that. So
So you guys, how would we do that? I mean, would we put on like two screens where you got 10
I think it would be the single
live
screen,
video,
right?
and they could swipe, I like this one, I don't like that?
Well, I think for your show, I mean, especially because, you know, it does involve a lot of politics and whatnot. You know, sometimes people are uncomfortable answering that, or, you know, not you guys, but other people, right, watching the show. But to get a general consensus, right?
Not us.
You put up two pictures, like, you know, who do you like better for this or that, or who do you agree more with? Or I know the other day, Amy was talking about someone in particular, and you guys put him up against someone else, right, and see what people thought who they liked better. We are actually we've noticed that we you know, it just almost, you can put up almost anything up on Candor, right? And the fact of the matter is, when you put up these like polls, right, and you tag your show, you know, watch, you know, the blast at 7 p.m. on this, you know, on Google Hangouts or whatnot. People who are interested in those in the you know, I guess in that actual post, I think will tune into your show and actually see what's going on with, you know, or what you guys are trying to do, what poll you're doing, and how that relates to your show.
Yeah, actually, just now that I thought about it, it's almost like, do you want to talk about politics, like presidential campaign, or do you want to talk about Kim Kardashian's large ass? What do you want us to talk about tonight? You know what I mean, kind of thing. And then we actually could do a poll on what people are more interested in.
And actually, based on the real-time feedback, make decisions. So we had one of our famous examples, which was James Bourne was trying to decide what hair color he should dye his hair next. And so he actually put that on Candor and let his fans vote. And I think that was a pretty popular post with like 400 posts. I think 400 votes. I think he ended up choosing blue. I think blue won. So he actually dyed his hair blue. I mean, he's a rock star. He does what he wants.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
As a matter of fact, you know, James Bourne, he's best known for I don't know if you guys know the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, when they came out with the song, which is his song, which is The Year 3000.
Yeah, my niece is huge into them, so.
Yeah. Wait, what's the guy's name?
James Bourne.
Is he related to Jason?
Step Brothers. I think Step Brothers.
Hey, I gotta
His
ask
real
you.
identity.
So real quick, I gotta ask you guys. I mean, how many? As far as, do you guys get feedback? Right now, you're on the Apple store, of course, and that's really the only place we can get your product at this point in time. You said soon to come. We've got the Android app coming, correct?
They are going to dumb it down.
Okay, dumb it down for the old folks. The old folks that need a pen to operate their phone.
So that was, and that's at that point you're bringing up, Brett, is one of the complaints we were having is that it's only on iOS, and we're a really small startup. We have a really small technology team, too much work, not enough workers. So iOS was the clear choice for first. But now what we're doing in the next month, not only at the iOS update, we're releasing a web app, so like similar to Instagram's web app.
Oh, very cool.
And also this like dumbed down Android version app. So at least we're going to spread out and get onto the 3 major platforms, which we're really excited about, plus this direct messaging on iOS, as we discussed.
That's
so
beautiful.
we're actually really excited about the next month or so.
So where do you guys stand
all
right now on downloads?
Come and really push hard on the app.
Yeah.
Right.
Where do you guys stand on downloads right now? What type of community are we joining when we're downloading Candor to our phone or our computer here in the near future and our Android device for the gyms of the world?
Right. So right now we're in over 70 countries. People come in and out to vote. Of course, the community is everything from you have young high school kids all the way up to 40, but the majority are younger in that millennial demographic.
So is that? I keep posting pictures of pasta dinners that I have, and that's why I'm not getting responses.
Yeah, because you can skip.
Nobody wants that. It's mushy. It's mushy, kids. It's easy to eat.
Nobody wants to see your meals, Brett.
I know. Exactly. That's what Facebook is for.
Posters.
God,
I hate meal posters.
How many folks do we have with the download? I mean, do you guys get that type of feedback from iTunes?
We're in the I would say tens of thousands of downloads.
Nice. Okay, that's what I want to hear. So the community's developed.
It's developing. And we still have a long way to go. So we're at a good start, I would say. But the thing that gets me excited is the number of votes. So we've had only in the tens of thousands of users, in the tens of thousands of posts. But from that small sample, we've generated millions of votes. So people love swiping on Candor. They love it.
Yeah. As you can see on mine, I only have 33 pictures and 100 and whatever votes.
And this is all within the last 5 or 6 days.
1 week. Yeah, one week.
And
Can I
one thing,
ask a question?
Sure.
I just was wondering, how do you plan to, or how are you already advertising, or I guess getting, how do people find out about Candor other than this kind of a thing? How do people find out about it?
Well, Crystal, right now, this is kind of our beta. So we right now we're not promoting it. We haven't had our celebrities promote it yet. This is kind of just our sample group. When we come out in a month, we're gonna go full blast, press release, and really go start the marketing with our celebrities and people.
When is that party?
What I'm talking about. Yeah, that's my girl right there.
Soon.
Good question.
Here's the real question. After you do the launch, after you do the launch, and you guys are so gall darn huge and big, are you still going to come on the show?
Absolutely, man.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Come on our little show.
Absolutely.
Record that. Jim, record that. Put that down. Save.
And
unlike Candor, our show doesn't expire after 24 hours. So
we are at the 7:43 mark Pacific time. 7:43.
I'm just going to say this, Anthony. I have a standing invite to that party, correct?
Absolutely.
I've had one.
I'm Miss Plus One.
I've had one since June.
Since June.
Been talking for a while, baby.
Yeah. Fair. I'm on the opposite coast.
I'm not talking about all you guys. I'm just all about you right now. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and my wife. I forgot.
Oh yeah. There is her.
You know what's interesting? We actually have a Insta famous celebrity person. These people who have huge followings on Instagram, million plus followers. We actually have this girl who's originally from Portland, from Oregon.
Oh yeah.
Her name is Julia Kelly.
Julia Kelly.
I totally no, never mind.
Where
She recently got her 1 million followers on Instagram.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
where did she dance?
How old is she?
Anthony met her. Anthony met her at that party he was mentioning.
Are you?
I was gonna say,
Wait.
That's
No.
my alias.
Wait a minute.
how well do you boys know
Wait a minute.
Portland?
We need to stop 1 second. Right now, right here. She lives in Portland,
She was from Portland.
and
but she
she's
moved
got
here.
dark hair, and she looks Hawaiian. Are you freaking
Yes,
kidding
yes.
me? That
Yes. Yes.
one? Wow. Wow. She's one of your girls?
She's one of some. No, she's
No,
Whoa.
whoa, Jim.
celebrity people? No, she just looks like such a nice person that to work with you guys.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get people in trouble now, James.
So
she's one of our I would say one of our partners, promotional partners that promotes the app and whatnot. Was going to when we're ready for the next launch.
did Jim just suggest that Candor? It's the app for pimps.
No, wait.
Is that-
Is she gonna advertise it on Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram. And
Okay.
she already did it like a couple of times, and we got like a big influx of users from her.
That's
But-
cool.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But we really didn't want to really push it yet because, like I told you, we used these past few months to go ahead and gather the data to help us build a better product. Yeah. So
Right.
we didn't really want to push it with celebrities.
You were ready.
Yeah, until we're ready. So now we feel like we're finally ready. We're gonna release the app and then start pushing it through all of our resources.
And so each one of these steps, like okay, so you're on Apple. When you want to branch into other those things cost you big money in order to branch, or how does all that? Don't tell us like how much money it costs, but is it significant money to launch your lap on these
Well,
apps?
Yes, Paul
every-
had to sell his kidney for.
Right. He did save a life. He did save a life to launch his dream.
No, but I mean, besides
everything for
besides
Candor.
the hours it takes, besides the hours it takes to
Yeah.
put all this stuff together, what's the big financial thing every time you want to move to the next?
No, so the big cost it's not on the move. It's the effort required to build the new platform. Every platform is totally independent. So if you build an iOS app, none of that code is reused on Android. So you have to build a whole new app, unless you do a cross-platform solution, which that doesn't work well enough for an app as complex as Candor. We want the highest performance possible. So everything's native. So we have to rebuild everything from scratch. That's where the cost is and effort. And like I mentioned, we're a really small technology team, so we're scrappy. Like we got a couple of college interns that helped us over the summer that really helped to launch our web app, as well as helping us on the Android side. That's why I'm saying that these apps, the Android app is going to be initially pretty basic because.
So how many code writers how many people do you have writing code?
So I write code every single day. I'm the only person in our organization that touches the code every day. So I'm doing iOS, server, database, Android.
You're
web.
a little rock star.
So Anthony,
Yeah.
do you have an insurance policy out on?
Yeah, I think an insurance policy. Paul's at Zuckerberg. I was like, man, Paul, every time he doesn't return a phone call, I get a little nervous. Like, what's going on? Where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely received calls from my former girlfriend, from my family members. Like, yeah. So, but
Hey, remember me?
Oh my God! You're
Now-
I was just kidding when I said that, Paul.
If I'm Anthony, I'd get you the hell out of San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we're right now. Everything's fine right now. But after this push, like this, we're really putting a lot of hope.
Earthquake, Paul.
Earthquakes.
I'd get you the
Hey,
hell
I
out of San Francisco.
I gotta ask though. I mean, as far as the writing of the code, I mean, what are you looking at in a week? I mean, how much are you sitting there on the keyboard doing what you do?
Like hours wise, or
Yeah, just at ballpark it. I mean, exaggerate the hell out of it. Whatever you need to do. I'm guessing. I have a number in my head. I want to see how close I am.
Yeah, I mean, like, so to give you a more exciting number, like last year before we launched this V1 product, That was pretty stressful because the thing is, with the small team, you don't really know what you're doing at the beginning. It kind of evolves over time when you get feedback. So you have to change the app continuously. You have to rework it, rewrite it. So before we launched, I was literally sleeping and doing Candor like 5-hour sleep nights, and it was easily 80+ hour weeks for a long time. That gets exhausting, and I burnt out actually this year. Earlier this year, I just burnt out. So now I had to kind of roll it back a little bit. I think right now I'm probably in the 50, 60 hour range or something like that.
Oh, you slouch.
And
Slacker.
Yeah, but
Come on.
like for me,
If you're gonna
like,
make us famous, you get back to work.
no, see, we need. There's only so much. We need to grow members and get other people working.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the only way, really. But so that's kind of where we are right now. Can
I recommend the prescription pill Ritalin? Anyway,
No,
moving
Paul,
on.
do you write on?
Moving on.
you write on? Paul, do you write on a PC or a Mac to do this?
Mac.
Yep.
Mac to do it. Now, can any of this be done through speech recognition, where you can talk and it writes things? Is technology there yet, or no?
I think there's some
Jim,
tools there.
he types faster than like anyone I know. Like he can probably type faster than he can speak.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Without looking at the keyboard once, I'm guessing.
I definitely
Yeah.
code faster than I type. Like I was competing with my friend for like an English words per minute thing. He totally beat me. But he's a fast typer. But like I definitely type faster coding for sure. Like
Nice.
that's what I do. Like
Well, it's the language you're most proficient at.
yes, I speak to computers all day long.
I have a question for you, Paul.
Mhm.
How easy is it going to be for you to give up a little control of that when you hire a new coder?
Oh, to give up control. So we have one outsourced resource in India. She helps. We have a couple. I brought on a couple of friends. They helped last year. So I've definitely shared. But I'm pretty. I review every single line of code, and there's nobody that cares about the code more than me. And you can see it like in the quality. So and also like when you bring new people in, they don't fully understand the whole scope of the app. And like we have like tons of examples this past month where it's like, can you fix item A? And so item A gets fixed, but like B through Z are broken. It's like okay, my mistake. I didn't say fix A and also maintain functionality from B to Z. So you have to share, and that's totally fine. But I love to share. I want a bigger team, really. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little bit of a Nazi on the code, so I review every single line. Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me like you guys are on the cusp of actually, moving this into where you guys will both be stepping back a little bit into more of a managerial role over the product and a promotional role, which is, I think, if anybody starts something like this, my guess is, and maybe I'm wrong, guys, but I mean, is the ultimate goal to create, a world where maybe this is eventually publicly traded? I mean, this is something that becomes a new social media norm, something that everybody's going to recognize as a household name.
Yeah.
Sounds
Good
Yes,
idea.
absolutely. That's the end goal to get there. But we realized that it takes at the beginning we're like we're going to launch tomorrow and then we're going to be bigger than Facebook, right? But we kind of realized no, it takes time, it takes steps. You keep refining your product, and thank God we were able to make the connections with the celebrities that we did, and we feel that's going to definitely get us a lot of attention. And then from there, like you were saying, hopefully it gets picked up socially and people really enjoy our product.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Excellent.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Anthony somehow changed from Anthony to Ronald.
That's his brother.
That's what, but because I lost my computer out of nowhere, overheated, and I had to switch computers.
I'm like, okay,
And that was a quick-
Did I hear that? Did I hear that, Anthony, in the beginning, and now it's Ronald? What is?
The stories were getting a little too personal. We had to.
Well, this is right. Yeah. Go anonymous. Go anonymous.
So
We-
behind the scenes,
So you're the brother's computer.
here's some,
Actually,
some of the team right here so when you go to the website, there's some of the team right there. There's Anthony and Paul, James, who they were talking about over in England. And so like to answer with Brett's question, both of them having to step back a little bit. Well, there are people in place, like a business development manager, I actually accidentally here cut off the bottom so just so I could fit them all in. But Ron or Ronald, his brother, is the second one in next to the blonde there, the younger kid. And so they've got what 2, 4, 6, 8 people right there, and about what 22 on the team.
Yeah, just about right.
Nice.
Right now, everyone is on sweat equity because they believe in the product.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
So they're like, instead of, it's very nice to make a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, but they really believe this product is going to be huge, and when they cash out, they're cashing out, based on the equity.
Well, you guys, I got to tell you that it's like I can't wait to get that invite down to the office one of these days. Maybe it's in San Francisco because maybe LA, but I want to walk in. I want to see where the like the ping pong table is and the hoops, like the cool IT office, If you guys have that, I want to come see that.
Yeah.
I want to drink beer in that office. I mean, because I know
In the green room. We want to hang out in the
right.
green room with all the beer.
That's where you guys are headed. I've heard how horrible some of them are. And I've heard how great some of them are. I've known somebody that worked for who am I thinking of? Oh God, never mind. I'm drawing a blank on it. But anyway,
Google.
Those no, not Google.
Yeah.
But I've heard they're horrible. I don't know. I don't know.
Before we wrap up here, let's get some last minute questions that you guys who are all using Candor, because you all have an iPhone, might have for them.
Right. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I think a funny story is the way it came up with the name Candor. So I was originally we were called DuelPics, DuelPics, but a lot of investors and people who visit MySpace and like the guy who was the guy behind LegalZoom told us, hey man, you know what, you guys need to change the name. So I went drinking to a bar, and I started, thinking Twitter, it was the ER, right? Then there's, Fiverr, then there's Flickr, and it just seemed like the ER. So I started looking at bottles of Jack Daniels or vodka or and then it came by Canadian whiskey. So I said Candor. That's the word, Candor. So I look it up, and I'm like, oh shit, this is perfect.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right, because it's to be honest, and
right.
our app is you're being honest because it's anonymous voting. So I thought it was a very interesting way how we came up with the name.
Everything
cool.
that you guys have done to put this thing together is it's really been almost like, whether you call it God's hand and everything or fate or whatever, it's really kind of a special coming together.
Yeah.
Everything's happened very naturally. So it's been a very Anthony and I multiple times when we're talking, we're just like it feels like this is what we're supposed to do. It feels meant to be.
Meant to be.
And so whenever you feel that in life, whatever you're doing, you have to just go for it.
Well, that's just what I'll tell you this: when hard work and dumb luck come together, great things happen. I mean, that is the truth. I mean, it's and you guys are definitely putting in the hard work. And I don't even think I take that back. It's not dumb luck. You guys have a great product. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's very cool.
And one thing I think we didn't really touch on, which I at least want to note, is the concept of anonymous voting. So when people are voting, the other user who posts can see that you voted. So if Anthony votes, I can see that Anthony voted, but I don't know if he voted left or right. I don't know if he liked it or didn't. And that's really important because on Facebook, a lot of people get in trouble. Like friends will say, "Hey, why didn't you like my post?" Right? I know you didn't. So we really wanted to
So
ingrain the idea of anonymity, so that it allows people to really be honest. So if you don't like it, don't like it. You don't need to like it.
Good God, we've got to put up some of these social issues with boys using girls' bathrooms and stuff. I would love to see how some of those turn out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really would. I would love to see how those turn out with an anonymous vote as opposed to the politically correct BS.
Start your Candor page, Brett.
You guys have a platform for that, and damn, we need to explore that. I love the idea.
Yeah, we're open. We're definitely open for ideas.
Okay, great way to end the show.
Now I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why did I just get the Note 5 last week when I might have should have got the
iPhone
new
6.
iPhone?
You'll be one of our first Android downloads.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I'll be on the short bus, but I get to use it.
Yay!
The driver.
You'll be the guinea pig.
You're on the wave of the future.
Oh, okay. Now I feel better.
Exactly. Well, do we want to call it a wave, or do we want to call it like a small little ripple in the
affirmation? So I'll just sit in front of a mirror and tell myself, and they like me.
They like
good.
good. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 o'clock. Holy cow, we got to end the show.
We're gonna end the show right now, but before we do, anything that we didn't cover about Candor that you want to make sure we get on tape, out there, and to know?
Tell everybody listening, if you guys like it, tell your friends about it. We have ability to share on social media directly through the app, so tell all your friends. And if you guys have any feedback or ways that it can improve, please reach out to us. You can do it through the website or the app. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for hosting and having us on. It's an honor, and we're super excited to be here. So.
Just don't forget, you guys got to come back on when you're huge.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Jim, thank you for having us, man. I really appreciate the invite, and I really like your show.
See, now you're lying. Now you're just being nice.
No,
I do. I've seen your shows.
Anthony has given me some very, very good feedback that I've taken to heart. Matter of fact, Anthony, after you and I talked a few days ago, our team here sat down and had a private behind-the-scenes meeting and talked about a lot of great stuff, and some things that you said really hit home, made sense, and we've taken it to heart.
Oh, nice.
I actually had to, after that conversation, remove my penis. So, yeah, got kicked.
He's got to get it in there somehow, some way.
So
I had to. I'm sorry, I had to be the guy.
On the part that you and I talked about being more professional, we're not quite there yet as a team,
Not
but
quite there.
we'll get there, with or without Brett.
With or without.
Exactly.
With or without Brett's penis, I guess.
Go Dodgers!
Yeah.
There you go, Dodgers.
I'm gonna do quietly here what I always do to the way we take the show out, and that's with Willie Nelson. And I got this back from watching Monday Night Football with Danny Don Meredith singing "Turn Out the Lights, the Party's Over."
They have old enough to remember that, James. They have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh crap! That's right. You guys are all young enough to be. Well, like mine and Amy's kids. Can you believe that, Amy? They're all like
Amy, you
29 and 30 years old.
Why do you have to put Amy on the bus, Jim?
Because Jamie and I actually.
I wear my 50 years proudly.
Yeah.
To quote Kanye West, "We are the millennials, bruh."
Yeah, there you go.
That guy has a way with words, man.
Yeah, yeah, he does. Wow.
Yeah. And he wants to be your president.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I'm probably going to pull a Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's horrible. All right, hey, you know what?
Right,
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You guys don't have to hang up yet, but we're going to wave goodbye to everybody, and we'll let everybody else hang up. So we'll thank everybody for joining the show.
Check out Candor. Look for it on iTunes. Coming soon on Android, you guys. Check it out. Good night.
Good night.